Good morning, everyone. May 23rd, 2020, day number 41 of Furloughed. And today, let's answer the million-dollar question, why do I offer pre-orders on Project 2020 cards? Before we begin, though, thank you to all of the recent subscribers. I am nearly at my goal of 350 subscribers by the end of May. I need just a couple more people to hit that button. So if you're not subscribed and love Project 2020 or sports card in general, hit that subscribe button. So here we are, the day after the bomb dropped in Project 2020, and that bomb is simply the nearly 40,000 print run day we saw yesterday when they announced the Blake Jamieson print run of the Maguire and the Andrew Theo print run of the Derek Jeter. Obviously, Derek Jeter just surpassed Mark Maguire, but it's incredible to see those two cards put up nearly 40,000 in a single day. I did, from a math perspective, I literally nailed the Maguire at 18,000, and I just missed the Derek Jeter by about 1,000. So it's good to see the math work out from the pre-orders on eBay to how they correlate to the print run overall. But it was kind of funny and kind of cool to see the fact that I said, hey, 2 days before, the Maguire's going to hit 18,000, and then it did 18,200, literally on the number. So that was cool to see. Secondly here, I'm also very happy to see the fact that we have decided that it's now the Blake Jamieson Ermsey line, not the Ben Baller line. And thank you to the Blake Jamieson team and Tony for tweeting out the video. That was great to see this morning, and I greatly appreciate any extra press for these videos. So that was cool to see. So thank you so much for that. Now, shifting gears to today's topic, that is going to be pre-orders on Project 2020 cards. It is the number one question that I receive personally, and it's also the biggest question I see out there on Facebook, on Twitter. Why are these people out there offering pre-orders? They have to be losing money. So today I thought it was no better opportunity than to explain the process behind pre-ordering or offering pre-orders on these cards. There is a math behind it, and I'm going to walk everyone through the math. There's also some strategic buying knowledge that I gained from this, and I want to walk people through that also here. At the same time, I want to be very clear. I am only speaking for myself. I am not speaking for any other person who does pre-sales on these. They have their own numbers. I'll walk you through my own personal numbers. But there are larger ones out there and there are smaller ones out there. So this is just about me. And if you pre-order from anybody, that's great. Just make sure it's from a reputable seller who will honor their deal because these cards are going up in value so quickly. So pick your pre-order person carefully. Now, let's look at the reasons why I pre-order Project 2020 cards. So let's get the elephant out of the room here. Do I lose money on these pre-orders? The answer is absolutely yes. But it's bigger and deeper than just losing a couple dollars on these pre-orders. And I'll walk through the math here in the second part. The number one reason why I offer pre-orders is it gives me buying insight into these cards. I personally, the other day, thought that the Willie Mays would sell better than the Jackie Robinson, but the Jackie Robinson made it to the top versus Willie Mays. It also speaks to why I think today's Ermsey Bob Gibson is going to finish between 7 and 9 in the leaderboard, and why the Taylor Frank Thomas is going to be a potential short print. The buying trends are there for me to see who people are buying. I'm also a little surprised that the Rochester has been pre-ordering more or greater than the Ben Baller Doc Gooden. So it gives me very critical intel as to where the buying patterns are at. And to me, that's the most critical thing. It tells me where can I load up on these potential short prints or these potential low numbers. And if you're looking at my short print number, check out my video from yesterday. I'll walk you through the math and I'll walk you through the process of how I decide where the short print numbers are and where to make purchases at on the short print side. But the number one reason why I offer pre-orders is it gives me intel into where the energy's at. If it wasn't for that, yes, I could look up Terapeak, and yes, Terapeak is a great, it shows where the buying pattern's at. But I want to see it firsthand. I want to see where are my customers buying, and if they're buying one or the other, it's basically going to tell me where the numbers are going to fall on the print run day. The second reason is actually tied to the third reason. Now, the second reason is simple. I'm going to order these anyway. And look, I admittedly slept on this for way too long. I only started buying in the 60s, and I only started offering pre-orders in the 70s. But the second reason here is I'm going to order them anyway. And the great thing with the Topps website is shipping or extra shipping for extra cards is very minimal. So I'm already paying like $30 or $25 for overnight shipping. When I add on another 20, 30 cards, it's only a minimal increase. So there's not really that much more of a cost to obtain more of these cards. But the third reason here is simple. There are just more opportunities to pull the one of one. Now, I do not expect to ever pull a one of one. Now, that'd be fantastic if I did. And I understand the person who pulled the Thiel Trout bought one card. So that's how random this is. So if I'm going to order 10, why don't I just offer pre-orders on 20 of them and then order 30? Now I've tripled my potential to pull the one of one, and I've already guaranteed 2/3 of my orders already paid for. So it's the same amount of money I'm sort of floating in a sense or paying up front, but now I've tripled my chance to pull the one of one. And if I pull the one of one, then everything is taken care of. Everything is clear. Everything pays for itself right then and there. So that is why number 2 and number 3 are tied together. I'm going to buy these already, and now I've got more opportunity with zero risk on my part to on the money side because they're already paid for from the customer. So it's all about the one of one, and it's all about the fact that I'm going to buy these anyway. Now let's do a deep dive into the math and show you where I make money and where I lose money on these pre-orders. So for the number part here, I'm going to keep this as straightforward as possible. I'm not going to incorporate the shipping costs from Topps. These are minimal at the end of the day. Also, I'm not going to incorporate the taxes because I know every state's different as far as tax rates. You'll be able to figure that out, of course, on yourself based on where you live at in this country. So I'm going to keep it very straightforward on the $14.49 price point when you purchase 10. That is how I always purchase them. I always purchase them in lots of 10, never anything else. I know you can buy them in 5, but they're more expensive at 5. But very simply, where I lose the most money on is when somebody pre-orders just one of them. Now, when I pre-order one, or my pre-order deals are very simple. It's $17.25 a card, and if you buy multiples, you get a 3% discount. So that comes down to $16.73. Also, in my math number process here, I look at shipping at $3.50. Sometimes it's going to be lower. A lot of times it'll be lower. Sometimes it might be higher, but I just use $3.50 as a base number for the shipping. So when somebody orders one card from me, I pay the fees, I pay the shipping. I am looking at a total gain back from the customer of about $12.02. I just bought the card for $14.49. So if somebody buys one card from me, I have lost $2.50 roughly. That is the biggest loss out there for me at $2.50. If someone buys 2 cards from me, now it's $16.73 a card they're buying, so they're spending $33.46 with me after fees and after shipping, because of course I don't charge for shipping on these, and most sellers don't charge shipping on these anyway. I am now up to $13.30 a card, and I paid $14.49. So if someone buys 2 cards, I go from $12.02 a card to now $13.30. I've only lost $1.20 per card. So now I'm really close to breaking even on these, and now I've increased my chances of the one of one. If somebody buys 4 cards from me, now of course again we're at $16.73. We now have a total purchase price of $66.92, and after fees and after shipping, we are down to $56.22, which is $14.05 a card. So now I'm 50 cents away basically from breaking even. And if someone buys 5 cards from me, that comes out to $83.65. After fees and shipping, we are looking at $71.28 a card, which is $14.25. So if everybody bought 5 cards from me, I'm only losing a quarter a card. And if you go back to my second and third reasons, I have more opportunities now for the one of one. So this is why I offer pre-orders. Yes, I wish everybody bought multiple cards from me. I wish everyone bought 4 to 5. It's a little bit less for me on the back end. But if everyone orders 1 card from me, so be it. That's fine. I get it. I understand it. So when I look at these from a number perspective, I go in with the expectation that I'm going to lose $2 per card. So if I order 30 cards, I'm going to lose $60. Now, where do I make that back up on? Now, if I pre-order 30 and I order than 40, I will take 10 of my cards and I will split them up into groups. I'll do 5, 3, and 2. Ideally, what I want to do with the first 5 cards is turn them quickly, but not too quickly. I'm looking at like the $50 range, maybe 45. I will move them there. So that covers my buy-in price of the 10 plus my loss. And then I will sit on the other 5 long term. So there we have it. I really hope that you like the look into the numbers around why I pre-order these cards. And in review, number 1, I'm going to lose money. That is a guarantee. That's the elephant in the room. We're going to lose money. But I gained valuable buying insight from the customers as far as where the attention is and where the attention is not. I'm going to order these anyway, so why not order more? Because that increases my chances of pulling the 1 of 1. And secondarily here, I also gained Tops Now points, which I didn't talk about in the video, but they're out there. And I guess when baseball's back, I'll be able to use all of these tens of thousands of points. But that is why I pre-order these cards and offer them for customers to pre-order on or through my eBay store. So with that, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Hopefully the weather's fantastic where you are. You're able to get outside, do some stuff outside your house or your residence. But with that, guys, have a great weekend collecting, and I will see you all tomorrow morning.